welcome to another episode of Advice Time, and today we are going to be talking about infidelity. So in both of our relationships, we both have basically been unfaithful, and we're going to have a brief discussion about that today, and the trials, the tribulations, and the negatives, the positives of being unfaithful in your relationship. So I guess last week we ended off talking about how we lasted 25 years, and most likely we'll probably have another episode where we'll continue that discussion. But we wanted to jump into infidelity today to talk about that, because that is a constant issue in many relationships, regardless if it's talked about or not, regardless if you find out or not that someone's being unfaithful. It happens. It's an embarrassing situation. It's an emotionally traumatizing situation. So we're going to jump right into that today and offer you guys a word of advice, I guess, on how we have managed to be able to even get through it, and also to be able to even sit here next to each other to talk about the wrongs that we have done without literally killing each other.
If you forgive the person, forget about the situation. Because if you never forget about the situation, then you're always going to have that on your mind, and you're always going to want to bring it up. It's always going to be a trigger. It becomes an always situation because you never forgot about it. You know, so forgiving someone for doing their actions, let's just say that's the easy part. Forgetting about it, that's the hard part in some people's situations. It all depends on how drastic the infidelity was, you know, and there's things that can trigger a person to bring them into, motherfucker, you know what the fuck you did now. Me personally, what she did, I don't give two fucks about that shit. That shit done, that shit over with. Who the fuck cares? Shit happens. And then on top of that, I was in the same wrong too. So how am I going to sit here and look at her wrong when I'm doing wrong?
But over the years, I've realized that no matter what is done to you, you still have to forgive. So even if we take infidelity out of the equation, it doesn't matter what someone does to you. You have to forgive. But as we all know, I'm just using that as an example because he used the word easy. Forgiveness is not always going to be easy. It is a rough road that you're going to go down, because why should I have to forgive you for what you've done to me? But it's not about that person, and it's about you. So forgiveness is not always going to be easy. There are things that I will never forget. There are situations where I may be traumatized by something that I see that may trigger something. So now I may have forgotten it for the last 3 months, but some activity or something I get involved in will trigger something in my mind, and it will remind me of that situation again. So you can't forget. You're not going to forget. And there's no right or wrong to this. It all depends on you as a human, how you operate, and how you see it. But I also want you guys to know, even though I know he's very light about it, it's still a serious situation in a relationship. It's something that just shouldn't be done. No matter how your partner views it or sees it or choose to accept it in their world, it's still a wrong act. It doesn't matter if your partner feels as though he or she is deserving of it because of what they are doing. We're all adults here in this situation. Wrong is wrong. So even if that person is doing wrong to you, the best thing to always do is walk away, not do wrong on top of wrong, and then, try to justify the situation, in my honest opinion, and say, well, he was doing some fucked up shit, so it's okay for me to do fucked up shit. It's never okay for you to cheat on somebody. The reason I did it is I think because I felt lonely. I didn't feel wanted. I felt as though, well, if you're not going to pay attention to me in this relationship, somebody else is. And that's pretty much what happened to me, bluntly, where the attention that I was not getting at home, someone else was offering it to me. And when I say that, I don't mean sexually. I just mean something as simple as a conversation, something as simple as acknowledging what I'm saying. And this is the problem why it's very important to stay communicated and connected in your relationship. And I stress that, I think, on every single podcast that I have done, because this is where disconnect starts. And this is where people start to stray. I think the both of us can agree on one thing, that when we both cheated is because we both were not properly focusing on each other how we need to.
My situation, I don't even know how to fucking word it. Shit just happened. And I rolled with it and got myself caught the fuck up. A lot of times with me, liquor just played the toll. Liquor just played the role of it, you know what I mean? And it was just more along the lines of like something to do. And like I said, I just got caught up. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know? You live, you learn. There's never a regret. It's just learning from your mistakes and seeing how you can make yourself better. You know, stepping out to find comfort. It's not always a good thing. Sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't. You know, you basically looking for something that's not there in your home. But the fucked up part about it is, it's there in your home. It's all about how you can move with your partner to make sure y'all build and grow stronger and keep the spice in the life.